Da, 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 da. Alright, now I need to get that stuff sorted. So, also, hey everyone, and you guys are getting a sneak peek on Kayan al-Bashar because I couldn't finish it before tomorrow if I wasn't going to stream it tonight or this evening. So, hey Mick Scottish and Chris, Ruben, Okapi Lover, I still am. I wouldn't say frustrated, but I didn't get the first comment, Okapi Lover. Also, hey Scooby Slippers and Jen, did you remember water? I have it here, but I will probably not drink it because I will forget it throughout the stream. So, no need to apologize, Okapi. But usually I do get the first comments, and then it was just like, wait, how? How? So, yeah, I'm going to finish the bear habitat that I've been building. And then I think we will build some bridges afterwards. I mean, I need to build a gatehouse, another gatehouse. And I need to actually find out if I can in any way hide this. And I need to make actually a way for the keepers to get up here. So yeah, that's going to be fun. I hope. Wait, I can actually use... Nope. Don't connect with that. I need to also readjust my mic because it's not now sitting right in front of all of the chats. At some point, could you add a fine dining restaurant? Probably in the actual city. If I can get this to work. Yes. And then I can just... This is just the easiest way to build a staircase. Even though it's... You guys see that the staircase is like shimmering or shiny, right? Why is this staircase shiny? But anyways, how are you guys doing today? Also, I need to... I still have some tags left from when I was waiting to start streaming. And I couldn't stop building. So let's do that. Jen, then get some coffee. Coffee is more important than a stream. Coffee is more important than most things. Especially, well, my coffee is mostly, well, if I get it, because lately I haven't been drinking any coffee, which is strange. But most of the time, whatever I drink is 90% sugar. Also, hey Mix Scottish. Oh, I always said hey, but thanks for following. I need to reposition the YouTube chat because it's now sitting right. Yeah, I need to reposition actually a lot. Now that I think about it. I never seen a squirrel drink coffee. Then you haven't seen a squirrel. I used to be like almost addicted to coffee. Like, in a bad way. Also, hey Chris. But also, hey Emre. I don't know if I said that correctly. But I literally just started the entire day with coffee, which isn't that strange, but then I would have it, let's just say, every 3 to 2 hours. And it wasn't like just strong coffee or anything. It was mostly just sugar. So it wasn't that helpful with waking up also. Scottish, I am also streaming on YouTube. So if you want to hop over to YouTube, you can of course do that. Maybe you could start a realistic European zoo. Nah. I think like, let's say the Lay designer, Rudy, and all of the others have the realistic side of Planet Zoo on, well, not on lockdown, but they have that covered. So I am just here building my fantasy zoo. And good thing is that I'm subscribed and have notifications turned on. That's the only way I was able to be first. That bell actually works. Okay, lately I've been joking in like the outro of the videos that bell just doesn't work at all. So it's surprising to hear that it actually does work. Thank you, Den Creates One, for following. I haven't done that much yet. Max Scottish, if I'm correct, I see a red panda, so I am already very happy with you. Red pandas rule the world. So that should be enough for the keepers to get up to that island, or up to that rock. We didn't get a notification at all. Can you call it the squirrel park? Or the squirrel tree? Or the squirrel... Kayan had the name for what a group of squirrels is called, but I forgot, so... if I at any point see Kayan today in the chat or something, then I will ask him again. Same here, Max Scottish. Like, I say I'm a squirrel, but... well... depends on the type of squirrel. But it's always a bit late, yeah. Like, I am subscribed to some people and I sometimes get the notification of like a video that went live or something like that a day after. Or sometimes just not. Even though YouTube says like, oh yeah, it's supposed to work. No, it doesn't. It's called a Dre or a Scurry. But a Scurry, I just think of curry. And now I'm hungry. Are you going to make a Discord? I'm thinking about it. I'm actually looking up how to do that. And then there's also the thing that's... well, I probably won't be active on it every day, so that's the one thing that's holding me back a little bit. It should still be accessible if I curve it. I think I don't want it to be that. So if I do... oh wait, that's to select the whole thing. So if I do this, it should still be workable or usable. We need to... does look better if it's a little bit curved. Not too much curve, but just enough curve. Rip Roop getting those messages retracted. How about when you reach 3.5k subs? Well, lately I've been losing subs, so don't know when that's going to happen. Also, oh, I copied it. So if that at one point happens, then it would definitely be a good thing to then start a Discord. But since I'm losing them lately, I am a little bit of like, Scrolls after someone else did. So, this is just the easiest way to hide anything. Just place a bunch of rocks. Or plants. I don't know how many things I've hidden in Kayan al-Bashar just by the way of plants. So... need to make sure that the keepers can use this. Also, sorry Slug that I didn't see you or didn't say hi to you, but well, I read your message, but I didn't say hi to you, but I'm still confused why you don't have that many. Well, probably because, well, a lot of people will probably prefer for me to build something realistic. I mean, when I renovated that frontier basic entrance and such, a lot of people like that, but I sometimes have the urge to build something realistic, but that's rarely. I mean, that's entrance, and both actually gains entrance as well. Where like the few times that I actually had like, yeah, I want to build something realistic today. That usually doesn't happen, but most people who are playing Planet Zoo would probably prefer to see something realistic. Also, I'm going to get some water, so this time I didn't forget to actually drink water. I am going to mute my mic though, because according to Kayan, whenever I drink something, I sound like I am trying to drink the entire ocean. So, very... And back. Also, hey Mr. Google. I think, yeah, people tend to build modern zoos. I mean, not to, well, shame anyone, but 2 people already asked for a modern zoo in this stream alone. And I get it, because that's like one of the most, well, familiar for many people. It's probably what most people are building themselves. But I just don't like building realistic zoos. I mean, I'm a little bit too much of a history and a little bit fancy geek to actually do that. I mean, Osaru was also not realistic. I had my mic muted right then, right? You guys didn't hear me basically chuck water. Thank God. So we have hopefully those stairs a little bit fixed. And also, so I go to college for, well, go to college is closed or somewhat closed, and I have most of my courses finished, so I don't really have to go to college for at least until August. August is actually going to be a weird time for me because then I have to get into an internship and so. But I have to deal with a lot of modern building with the field that I'm studying, which don't know what's like the correct translation, but if you directly translate it, it's like urban design and urban planning. So in my, I wouldn't say professional life, but in school or college, I have to deal with a lot of modern buildings. So kind of empties out your inspiration to build modern buildings as well. Also, I didn't think, yeah, I think I didn't say that. Thank you, Mr. Google, for following. I I was so busy with the modern talk. Alright, and it's good to know, Jen, that I didn't. Well, there's sometimes that I just like the direct translation actually more. Because in English it's meerkats, but in Dutch it's stokstaartje, and if you directly translate that, that's sticktail, and I prefer that over meerkat. Also, hey painters player. So now I have to build a bridge because sadly the keepers can't get over this log. I don't actually know if the grizzly bears will be able to get over this log either, but we will see if that works. See, sticktail is better. Meerkat just sounds like a cat. Sticktail is just funny. And it's kind of fitting because they stand up like a stick. In German, meerkats is... I'm not going to try because when there are like dots above letters, then it's just like, what? Earth... Earth something something, which means a little man from the dirt. Yeah, meerkats is just a weird word, so I prefer the Dutch version. It's one of the few times that I will say that, but yeah. The Dutch version of meerkats is just a lot better than the English. Or at least it's a lot more funny than the English. I mean, sticktails. Also sounds like a little bit like a toy or something. Also, I think this is one of the very few, excuse me, but one of the very few times that I didn't measure out the bridge, and now I'm just like, hope this is long enough. Oh. Get out of there. So let's the camera will always hate me. It's probably not long enough. Nope. Also, it's too high. But we can fix that with stairs. I would love to have ladders for the keepers. Then I don't have to build stairs continuously. What's your opinion about Koali Zoo? I like the bloopers actually a lot. Also, the zoo of course is beautiful, but let's just say the lady designer bloopers, or at least I think they have called them bloopers by now, but yeah, I watched the last episode on Mike Sheets' channel, and yeah, especially those bloopers are just the best. Probably not long enough. If this is not long enough, I'm eating a shoe. Don't take that seriously. That's long enough. And now to actually make it into a bridge. Alright, so the keepers can walk over this piece. Shoes are tasty. No. It's been scientifically proven that shoes aren't tasty. Don't question me on that. Don't try to find out if they are really tasty or not. So just me or... Huh. Oh wait, there's in the middle for this. Wait, it is... Let's see if there's... No, there isn't. Oh, I need to rethink this a little bit. Maybe have some antelope roaming freely. We already have those Nyala in the forest nearby. And what I'm building right now is a grizzly bear habitat, so I don't think you want to see the end result if that if there are antelopes in the actual habitat. Don't think that will be pretty. So then it looks like there's actual some support. Also because it is a vineyard, or at least it's part of the vineyard, needs to be a little bit pretty. I mean, you can prepare shoelaces as spaghetti. No. Just no. Yeah, you can have really pretty, but it's supposed to be also really functional, and that usually doesn't result in the prettiest of things. Nah, not that. Most of the time when you say functional with a building, it's more of like it works. So you have it like that. And then just not like that. I'm really glad that the Arctic pieces have a little bit of like detailing and such on them. Mr. Google. The line is also in Kayan al-Bashar already, but I'm currently not building on their habitat since the entire lion habitat is done. So I need something smaller, I think, than this beam. I'm going to use it anyway. Again, makes it look functional because it's meant to just be supportive. Painters player, what will I add, or what are you asking if I will add? Zebras and or camels to the city. Actually, zebras were in the competition for what I'm building now, but because I'm transforming the palace into a former castle-like structure, I thought the bears would be best here. But they will eventually get at it. So I'm building a zoo that already has 6 pieces for just the parking lot. Or 6,000. So that should be in the middle. Now to find those plants. Are they here? Yep. Whoa. Going too far. Forgot to use these anywhere else in the last few builds. Think I went past them already. Yep. I constantly keep going past them. There they are. Wait. Alright. Just need to copy those colors around. Bring them a little bit more down so that they're a little bit more into it. Ivy would look really good there. Where's that ivy? Yeah, but it's just clashing a little bit with the colors of the flowers. Would love if... Oh, I thought I saw reskin or something. Nope, not that. I think I have to stay with these flowers. Try to make it work. Then like chat, huh? What's going on? Oh wait, so think it's better to leave like spaces open so that there's still a little bit of sunlight coming through, but not too much. Like that. Not too much, but just enough. Now I also have to add some beams, because now it's just sitting on some planks. I'm really glad that they changed the grid to also be 1 meter and not just 2. Let's do it like that. Then we have less beams. No, actually not. Why not go all out with all of the beams? Thank you, Jen. Do you also have some coffee already, Jen? Because again, coffee is important. Especially early in the morning. Does this already betray that I'm not a morning person? Probably. Where is that? In a way, I hate mornings, but I also probably just hate how how can I say this? I'm useless in the morning. So it's partially also hate that I don't really do anything in the morning. So it's partial self-fade. I shouldn't press shift when moving. That looks good. And having some beams coming from there to support it. Now I have to actually raise it up because I need to do the underside of this. Then can I'm just grumpy in the mornings, but it was worse when I was younger. I used to throw my phone at people. Damn. But I always misclick and then I hard something, and I never use that. Poor phone. Should we also not think about the people who she threw it at? So, need to raise this a little bit. So. Oh, it's again at 4 meter. Then I think the one question is, Jen, did you actually hit someone, or did you just like sheepishly or attempt to throw it at people? Like you never really hit anyone. How is your performance still this good in the zoo? I have like 10-15 frames whenever I'm actually... Well, actually now not. It's now like 20-30. What phone was it again that you can literally throw in the blender and it wouldn't be completely destroyed? Like you would probably far sooner break the blender than the actual phone. It was quite some time before my time, I think. Is there a way to stop items needing power in Sandbox? Scooby Zippers, there is a very easy way to do that. Go into your economy settings and then all water stays clean and power everything. Basically annuls the need for power generation and water supply clean thingies. And because I'm lazy on this side, they're just going to have to walk over a rock. So. Oh, I hit them a couple times. It was around 18 and they were the typical party boy douchebags. And we all taught martial arts, so if they couldn't dodge it, that was their fault. Alright. You wouldn't really have any issue with me. As I said, I'm not really alive in the morning, so I'm not that scared. Now I am scared, because I do like my clothes. Preferably unburned. Yeah, and have you somewhat mellowed out with age and don't set people's clothes on fire anymore? Yeah, the chat is working. Nokia brick. Yeah, and it was before my time, so now I need to actually start recording because I need to find a way, because now the keepers are guaranteed to be able to work in this place. Now I need to find a way that is going to keep this usable. I hope it will. If it is going to ruin like the usability of this piece, then that's going to be very sad. So also, hey Liam Brady, and thank you. Now I'm just trying to... No, I don't think I can actually use this piece. So let's see if I can use any other piece for what I want. Bamboo feeders, gather feeder. If I sink this into the ground, will the bear still be able to use it then if I sink it into the ground, or should I use a toy? I think you'd be safe. Both times were assholes who kept hitting on me in bars after I told them to leave me alone. Haven't mellowed out even slightly. Also, alright. Well, I think you hear a slight bit of fear in my voice. Does anyone know if you sink this thing into the ground, will they still be able to use it? I'm really curious if they will or will not. I think I'm just going to wait a little bit. Also, hey Panda Rosie, or Rosa. I'm doing well. I know the terrain will sync with it, but then you can move it back after you placed it. Like, I know that happens, but then you can do this. But if I can manage to have this sunken in, then I would be able to actually use that a lot better than this one. But it's going to take ages for me to actually find it out if they will use it. Otherwise I have to use this scent marker, which I don't want to use. I think I'm going to make two versions. Hey, the Pringles man. Well, today's... Well, Kayan al-Bashar is only there today because I wasn't able to... I'm going to quickly remove this again so that I can place it on a grid, which makes it easier. But I'm not a primary Minecraft streamer. I don't think I will ever really be. But I needed to build something for Kayan al-Bashar because I hadn't finished anything yet after yesterday's video. Now start recording. Now I have 11 frames. So, if anyone can guess what I'm trying to build, that would be cool. Don't know if it's the right size. Yep, it is. That's good. Still needs to be a little bit larger just to be on the safe side. Ding, ding, ding. So, because bears like honey. So, just to make it realistic a little bit, I might actually wait until the bear gets like a cub, just so that you know that he's then extremely defensive over everything. I think I made it too large. Yep, I made it far too large. I mean, maybe way too large. So it needs to be more or less around here. I love building mountains. The animals usually love... Excuse me. I just ate, so... Yeah. That's the only explanation I can give for that, but the trick is getting the viewpoints right so the guests enjoy it too. Or you just forget about the guests. Like I have done so far. I need to change that top up a little bit. Poison, drink water. Just a little burpee. And I want to finish this beehive first. Main reason why I am dehydrated, I just want to finish this or that first. You know, basic needs come after that. So... So then to use the round piece on top to close it off. How can I make it appear like there's actually an inside to it? Probably by just removing a few T's. So if I can hide it as this would be amazing. Oh, wait, I can. Yes. I have no idea if this is going to keep it functional. But I also don't really care that much about that. I probably need to make it as shallow at that point as possible. Maybe include some different openings. Yeah, except for the two branches sticking out. Need to change it so it's there. This one on the ground next to it. Because we have a lot of grapes, so it makes sense to pollinate the actual plants. To also have a beekeeper. Hey yo, Rosa. I also just read that you had to go to YouTube because of problems with Twitch. So I'm sad to hear that. Actually, no, let's not use the rocks. Well, besides for those two. No. How can I disguise these two things? That's the question right now. Maybe if we have some big beams. But even then, that's going to be hard. Because these ones are probably too thick. Again, I have no idea if this will remain functional. Otherwise, well, yeah, foliage does disguise everything, but I want to have it be somewhat reasonable as well. I could make it so that, oh, these beams are broad enough. So I also, do you guys hear like wind and such? Because I have my window open, I also hear cats meowing, I think. Don't know for sure, but if you guys hear the wind, then I will probably have to close my window. I hear the cats. Then I will have to close my window. Alright, now somebody's starting to scream, so I will have to close the window. 1 second, guys. That's the fun of living almost, well, right next to a playground. I forgot that I've never put an underside on this thing. Let's do that immediately. What kind of underside would I want for this? Well, first of all, it's not completely aligned. But heyo, Vincent, and you're not late actually. Well, it's been an hour, but it's probably also, I'm probably going to be streaming until 11 instead of 10. So you still have 2 hours of stream ahead of you. And then turn it around like this. So, can remove that. Nope. Doesn't align correctly, so I need to find another route to do that. Do you wake up early in the mornings? Yes. I have to. Although, luckily I don't have to be completely awake in the mornings. Which might sound a bit odd, but yeah, let's just say in my line of work, I don't have to be awake because it's like so early that there's no one else besides me. But again, thank you, Rosa. And now I think it's a little bit more of a proper beehive-like thing. Kind of. It works better, at least. Nah. That's too thick. God, must be awful. Why do you have to get up so early? Well, I, besides college, have a side job delivering newspapers. So every morning I have to wake up at like 5 a.m. 4:30, deliver the newspapers, and then usually afterwards, well, lately I've just went back to sleep after, because there's not really much to do right now. Do I? No. I mean, delivering newspapers isn't that awful, well, besides if it's like raiding and such. But then, what outside job is fun when it's like bad weather? Jen, what do you have with fire? Just curious, what do you have with fire? It's a struggle finding that right piece. That works, actually. Just as I say, oh, it's a struggle finding the right piece, I find something that might work. I just move it a little bit. Yeah, that works. Removing that one because it's not that necessary. So looks a little bit strange, but it will probably work and well, good enough. Probably need to build like some flowers surrounding this area as well. Again, still don't really know if it actually works. How you find all that fancy? Just looking things up. Sometimes literally I'm just brushing my teeth or something like that, like something very non-Planet Zoo related, and then I'm just like, I could build this and this and this. I actually like that here, like it sits a little bit in that tree. Also, there's this one floating thing here. Oh wait. Preferably would copy the thing. So that's why, for me, it's a little bit of like a, would say privileged issue, because I never really run out of ideas. Please don't say that you're burning chocolate, Jen. Please. At least give the chocolate to me then. Chocolate is not meant to be burnt. Chocolate is meant to be eaten. Preferably by a hungry squirrel. Rosa, I will probably be live for another 2 hours. So, if you're back within 2 hours, then I'm probably still here. Quick little table. Is this... Yep, it's completely meant to be a floating zoo slash world slash thing. Hey Atrax, how are you doing? That's not the right. Come on, game. Work with me. So. Now I think you, Jen, that you like live somewhere in like Arizona or something. where they can literally like bake something on the roads. Why doesn't so? Oh, it wasn't that far off. Yeah, other guess would have been Australia. And then having another one. But then deleting this, so if it's still in construction. Just deleting some random ones. So, oh fuck, what did I do? Don't want to go in studio mode. Frick. Thank you. Now everything is back to normal. Yeah, that's fun when you have Streamlabs open and basically every chat is in front of it. So, now to move this a little bit off to the side so I can work on this area. So they have a forager now. Bamboo feeder, not that interesting. This would be nice if I can hide it in a tree. Maybe place it for here. Probably over here would be the best. Sit with. So for toy here, toy there, toy here. They will probably need one more actual toy. So that rubbing pole is probably going to be the one that, because you can really easily disguise this as a tree. That one over here. So that the bears would go there, 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 and there. Also, welcome back, Vincent. I don't have to build something when it comes to water for them, because they already have that. Yep, Chris already gave the answer, Schlock. They will clip through this because they are really going against the thing. So I need to use another beam. So this one, put it as close to the edge of that pillar as possible. So that it just barely sticks out. Yeah, put it all in one group. Then recolor this to be almost the same color. And now try to hide it as a tree. Tree. These are literally just my favorite trees, so I want to hide it as this. Do you guys have like a favorite tree that you want to keep using even though you're maybe going overboard with it? Because I for sure am going overboard with this tree. I really just like how the leaves and everything looks. Maybe one of these trees should be gone. Well, probably two of these trees should be gone. No. So this one a bit lower. This one also a bit lower. So. Somewhat hidden as a tree. Or at least it doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary first. I should also probably throw in the actual bears. Yeah, but the Sudanese incense trees, it's mostly because like, well, they aren't like those, I would call them lollipop trees. Like it isn't just a stick within a circle or a, well, let's just say I don't like all the other trees. Now to use this. Again, no, that's the wrong. Delete it. Put it on that. Put it on that. And then props again. Don't know if they will get close to this one. But again, just for making everything sure. Nope, that doesn't work. So, can I recolor anything of this? No, but I don't really need to. I can just hide that underneath in something, and the rest can also be hidden in something. If I can just disguise this as a palm tree, that works surprisingly well. And it looks like they're just grabbing coconuts or something. Or actually this is a date tree, so they would get dates from this tree. This just shows that I don't like the actual zoo bit of Planet Zoo. Just hiding this a bit more. Maybe add some extra palm trees. Or date trees. Does stick out a little bit here. Maybe I should place it here instead of this tree. Let's see. Because I want to keep this side as open as possible, because that's, for now at least, the only side that you really get to see. Yeah, that sticks out a little bit less than it would if I had it here. I have never seen the Lorax, so I wouldn't know. There's a lot of movies, like, I always say I've seen a lot of movies, but then I just stopped watching movies after a time, so like the newer ones I haven't seen. But I still keep saying that I've seen a lot of movies. So then raising this because there's still enough space for that. Yep. Don't need any more trees, I just need rocks by now. And I need to hide this off. So there should be a wall, but right now I'm just going to, well, first of all stop recording because now the interesting part is done. But this is just very quick. I'm going to change that out later for something different. But right now I need to actually build something else over here later. So that's literally the only area from which you can view this habitat. The tree is now in the wrong place, so it needs to be over here now. But then you have those bridges to watch the actual habitat from, and this part. But do I want that part there? No. You're just going to have to watch the animals from the bridge. So, just doing. Also, I saw it somewhere. Scooby Surfers, you asked if I edit my own videos. Yes, everything so far is just me. I want to. Now it's a waiting game. I have literally only, well, at most 20 frames. That's a big bear. I don't think you get. How are you injured? Big bear. How is it that you can't dare? Oh fuck, he's going to another habitat. Fuck. Which habitat is he going to? Also, you can now see all the animals, and there's some boxed over there. So so, random question to all of you, not only to poison bait, but feel free to answer. Do you listen to something in the background while playing Plant Soup? Most of the time I do listen to something else. I really... Why does he consider this Where are you taking him? Are you again taking him to Habitat 10? What the fuck? I think I need to make this bridge broader. Because right now this doesn't work. Come back here. This is the only annoying thing with Kayan al-Bashar. Most of the times they get delivered to the wrong habitats. So I probably need to make this broader, which is going to fuck over that. So I'm just going to see if I do this. Move that bridge. Because he is not able to get anywhere. Move this a little bit down. Where's that thing? Because I don't want to make that bridge broader, actually. Can you now move? You can. You can't move far, but you can. No. This is habitat 38. Alright, so I have to make the bridge broader. He doesn't like it, probably, that the vineyard doesn't really give him that much space, which is annoying. So that should have to delete that one then, probably. I did not know that the grizzly bears were this big. So remove that. Moving that. The only thing is, I think I moved it away from the axis. Wait, maybe not. Maybe it's still on the actual axis, but... yeah, it is. Probably needs to be then two. Then it probably needs to be this big for that elephant of a grizzly bear to be able to pass through. Then bring this in more. This wasn't what I had planned. I have to redo that entire bridge, I think, because now it's so unaligned. So don't like it when things aren't aligned. So I can remove that again. Also, hey Zeta, how are you doing? We're still missing one member of the cult of She-Dog though. So let's first test out if he can actually use this. Recalculate. Alright, he can use it. But also, Zira, I am doing fine even though I just had to delete a bridge that I was very happy with. Because bears are fatso. Well, also because I didn't take into account the actual size of the bear. So not totally his fault, but I'm just saying it's his fault. The cult of She-Dog is basically the cult that, well, is Sida and Kayan. Because Kayan's dog I have named for the videos the cult or She-Dog. And so when Kayan arrived in the Twitch chat, I just, well, he became the leader of the cult of She-Dog. Also, before anyone asks, from what I know, Kayan is totally fine with his dog being named She-Dog. Where is it? There. Yeah. It's not that I really hate building bridges, I just never get really inspired to do so. Which I think might also be because I don't like it that much. Just a little bit of an annoying thing purchase. So I have to sit up a little bit better. And then I want to do it a little bit different than the last bridge. So that, and then, well, actually that was the right piece. That still. Good night, Slug. No. Maybe the round piece? No, that looks a little bit weird. I've retreated back to this piece. But I hope you enjoyed the stream and hope to see you hopefully tomorrow actually. Probably won't be streaming until 11 tomorrow. Because, well, I can only stream so late on Saturday. Well, I can stream late every day, but it's not going to be that helpful in the morning. Although lately I've literally done these morning newspaper routes with sometimes no sleep. Not that I recommend doing that, but I have been doing that. 0 hours of sleep, and then I just sleep afterwards. Which again, for me is fine because I don't really meet people at 6 AM in the morning. Yeah, but most of like the creativity weirdly hits me when I want to sleep. I don't know if anyone else has this, but I am most creative when I'm half asleep. Like my brain just doesn't want to do anything. Yeah, I am going to drink water, but I need to finish this bridge, otherwise I get burned out on it. If I burn out on a bridge, then I will likely not do it again. Or not finish it. Why isn't... Ah, there it is. Already thought, why isn't it doing what I want to do? I said I wanted to do something different with this bridge and it's the exact same so far. Maybe with an actual wooden roof instead of like that roof that we had before. Then this. Also, the original idea actually for these streams were for me to build bridges, because I won't build them unless I'm forced to. And so it's kind of full circle that I'm now actually building a bridge again. So, and then do that. I really want to hide that message. I was really close to just hiding it. But then I'm almost done with the bridge. Then I will take a sip of water. So. Actually, now that I look at it, having ideas. Oh. Yes, it connects to those. Again, position snap is the easiest thing ever. I'm lucky that, or happy that Frontier did keep this in the game, because it makes it really easy to just do that. Here, all good ideas come when I want to sleep. So the main ideas for my books are actually out of dreams. I didn't know you were a writer, Chris. That's cool. But what do you then actually write about? Because dreams can basically be everything. I mean, hobby writer or not, still writer. Well, hopefully it's going to be accessible for the bears now. If it isn't, then I will just put him on a diet. We're just going to put Mr. Grizzly on a diet. Does look slightly more Nordish or Nordic than I wanted, but well, what area of the world didn't the Vikings have influence upon? And this is literally the only carved wood things that we have, so I have to use this. I need to move it up because I have to make the supports again. So, making it lower again. Actually, this is a little bit too strong of an arch in my opinion. So let's do that. Heyo, Lucinda. Unicorns. Wait a moment. Because now it looks like such a weird box. What if I... do this and I don't know if that made it better or worse. I think worse. I think this is just a bit too much. And it's also just a box in the middle of a bridge. So let's see if I just delete it because it's just too much. Delete it, delete that, delete that. And just replace it with this arch. or thing. I keep pressing caps lock. So, if the bear can't fit through this, then I'm going to scream. And we're going to put him on a diet then. Because then it's just the bear being fat. Well, actually, he is 100% on size, so yes. It's not me being mean to the bear, it's actually somewhat factual. He is big. I looked for the biggest bear and now I'm complaining about it. A little bit too much to that side, so moving it so. So. If you can't get through here, you have to recalculate probably. He's able to get through it. Weirdly. Maybe I should just broaden these fences up a little bit and then I'm very curious what he is going to do right now. But if I just broaden these fences, don't think I want to move those. But if I just move these up till they are at that point. Welcome back, Rosa. Hope you had a nice dinner. Maybe this will make it a little bit easier for them to go over. So okay, you go over the bridge a bit easier now. You can't go over the bridge at all, I think. Why? Because this rock is in the way or something? Yeah, you can get over it, and now I need to make this area fit. Alright. So, remove the water. Delete this stuff. And make it the same height as that area. Move it like that. Oops. Some of those rocks contain the stash. A lot of rocks were contained in those stairs. Well, I can keep those ones. just that they need to be moved. Then deselect some parts here. Move the water. Smooth it out. And let's see if you can move. Recalculate. Why? Why are you stuck? Why? So now most of it is accessible. Still can't access that area, which is annoying. Don't know if he can use that tree. He can. Where did he go? All right. Just had to be done. So he gets stuck on the bridge. Let's just make sure that all of the others aren't going to get stuck. Now I also need to see he can get into his den. He can't get into this one. So I need to move this to the side. Also, yes, I built this off screen. But it's basically man-made bear dens. But I need to move this one to the side. Able to use that thing. Otherwise, let's just put a sand marker here. Just in case if he isn't able to use it. I also hear the thing of, what is it? Oh, plants. It's always the plants. The feeling that, no, you aren't floating. Yeah, you look like an asshole and you behave like an asshole. I know I'm basically insulting a bear, but you were so annoying. Also, so now I just have to make this work. Yeah, he's cute, but he's also an asshole. Because it took so long for that bridge to work for him. Now I have to also place in the other. I did it. So the amount of things I had to redesign for that bear to work. All the best animals are assholes. I mean, red pandas aren't that, well, they aren't assholes actually. They're quite friendly. especially if you have food. If you have food, then they will love you. If you don't, they don't really care too much about you. They're basically overgrown cats. I'll probably have to move this bear as well. There's a grizzly bear, so that's good. She can get also almost everywhere, so that's good. Can I move her to here? No. Cancel, because otherwise injured. Frack. Enrichment. Huh? Alright. They aren't able to use that one. You are a weird bear. No. Can you just move away from the bridge, please? I mean, they can't fall down. The animals can't die from such a thing. This one also doesn't have any toys. So all the toys things that I built aren't usable by them. Well, fuck. That's great. Let's see. If I just delete the wooden pieces. Otherwise I will just have to change what animals in here. No, they still can't use it. But they literally can't use any of them. I think it's just because of their hit barrier or something. So I might have to change what animal is in here. Alright. I'm just going to check. Formosan black bear. I could make this work gorilla as well, so it seems. This one won't work, but I think I'm just going to throw every bear that we have in this habitat and see which one will work. Because it would be awful if I had to redo the entire habitat, so Formosan black bear. Let's get you. There was another bear, the Himalayan bear, I think. Yep. And also let's try to get the biggest ones. And let's send them all to this habitat. This would have been awful if I had finished the entire habitat. Yeah, but as you can see, there's nothing for them here, so they can't use it. I don't know why. Seems a little bit off. Because also, yes, all these... There's literally a box up there. Did they already deliver the bear? Nope. There's one coming. Which one of the two will it be? This one also can't use it. This one also can't use it. Why though? Just going to delete that, then select everything, place it back. If they now can use that, then it means that it's just the detailing that didn't work. Also, all both bears I think are just running. Because this is for every bear. Let's just place it again. Maybe it's just not doing anything. I don't know what's happening. Like, they still don't see it. Yeah, I think the bears are broken. Because like this one is completely usable, or should be. I'm just going to see what this one is going to do. Yeah, he literally threw it on that thing. I need to get the actual thing out of it. They have this one. I think the bears are just broken. Try clicking the enrichment tab on top of the animal stats. I mean this one? Because this is just showing nothing. Yeah, it's... going to see if... I'll literally just throw it up here. Yeah, nothing registers. Next to the nature tab. The top next to the nature tab. I mean, this is everything that should be usable by the bear, and the tree foragers in there to the right. Where? Oh, wait, here. Yeah, it doesn't see anything. Yeah, I think I've got it, but also the Formosa bear is really tiny, but yeah, it doesn't register anything. Can we just send a screenshot to Frontier saying that their bears are broken? Wait. I'm just going to do something very quickly, trying to figure out if it's just that I did something wrong, or if the bears are legitimately broken. No, I don't... Because if the bears are legitimately just broken, that would be... well, not a good thing, but... if they just literally don't register anything anymore, then that's a fault on Frontier. And I can totally understand if it's like just a fault on me, but reload the zoo. Yeah, but that's going to take 10 minutes. Like, I did think of that, of like, I could reload it, but then it's like, yeah, but that's going to take 10 minutes. Also, why can't I do anything here? Well, I'm just going to... This is the only area that I've empty yet. So I'm just going to do this. Good night, Mr. Scottish. We have another bear in here, if I'm correct. Yes. But in the meantime, what do you guys think about a little bit of a revamp to the palace into becoming more of a castle or former castle? Also, don't mind the walls that are basically just in a vineyard. I needed to place them somewhere. Alright, they dropped the bear off. And this should work. This is a grizzly bear, so it should work. Yeah. Here it does work. So it's not that the bear is broken. It's just that whatever I built here is broken. That's good to know, even though this wind chime shouldn't be broken, but it is. Alright, let's just do this. No shootable species. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Need to find all the bears though. It looks like I'm interrupting something. Just going to delete everything for a bit. And then placing them in places where I know that they will be able to be used. So that one should now work. It still doesn't. Is it because they can't reach it or something? No, they can. I'm just going to box all animals. Oh fuck, no, that's the wrong thing. It's not let me place it again. I have never... Oh. Might... Could it be because it's like connecting to the lemur habitats? Going to try if this works. So I don't know why the lemur habitat literally goes like that. But I need to have that there. It's constantly snapping to what I don't want it to snap with. So let's when you look at it, there are quite a few animals in. Why the no, go there. The bad thing is I can't do too much because if I want to replace the stuff that I built, I need to keep it. Alright, so now he can do that. I also had some toy here, which I didn't remove, it seems. Alright, so it's just the case that I need to... I hope I can get my stuff back. So it's just that I need to reset the entire habitat. Multiple. Oh yeah, so then he is seeing that as one habitat. So let's just say don't connect. How the fuck did you get here? Paddington, get the fuck back in your place. So Arya is here. Just going to do the fastest thing. Also, yes, I haven't covered that up. Lemurs are surprisingly... well, they aren't too angry. I literally just want to leave one of these bears in this habitat. So now I just have to change this. So, lesson for everyone, don't connect habitats, because it will see it as one habitat afterwards. I thought it was just an easy thing to do here, because in real life you also have a lot of, well, habitats that are in a way connected to each other. But it seems like you don't want to try that. Or at least don't try it in Kayan al-Bashar. Why is there potting there? Getting it as close as possible. And there. Well, this time I had. Or it's just that I had to reset the entire habitat, but did say it had multiple barrier gates. This one is Ready? How many lemurs do we have here? 14. Either they are infertile or they are on contraception. All of them are infertile, so that's a good thing here. I think I'm going to replace all of them. There. Yep. Alright, he can't climb it, but we know that the Himalayan bear can climb this. And I wanted to use the Formosan bear for some other place. So let's get Paddington in here. But really thank you a lot, Chris. Otherwise I was like thinking of having to redo everything in that habitat. And where is Mr. Paddington? We have him. There he is. He is somehow there. So let's put him into his right habitat. Maybe you mark the barrier as a non-barrier. I have no idea what I did. I mean, yes, he can again use everything. He is stuck there. He isn't. Don't know what. So he is now able to use everything. Let's see. Yep, he can use this one. He can use that. Also, thank you to Jen. Yep, Jen. I literally have the mind of a goldfish sometimes. But thank you, because now I can actually see, like, they can use everything. So I'm not sure what happened, but they are now able to use everything. Paddington is sad. Are you sad? That's actually a cool thing, like their nose is shiny, which usually indicates a healthy animal. You do still look like an asshole though. Nice view actually from Kayan al-Bashar from their den. I give Rapunzel's tower, you have a little bit of like the revamp of the palace. Let's put Arya back in here as well. I'm really happy that tomorrow a new, well, basically, how do you call them? How do you call those things? Don't know how you call it in English. But basically, yes, new headphones that aren't really headphones, you just stick them into your ears. Because that's the only thing with headphones, they smoosh my ears. And it just becomes the Sahara Desert. Also, I think earbuds, yes. So I'm hopefully getting those tomorrow. So for tomorrow's stream, I don't have the surface of the sun right next to my ear. Also, I'm going to drink again because otherwise Jen is probably going to get a heart attack for screaming at me. So, now Jen, you can't be angry with me anymore because I drank water. They really don't like this habitat because it's probably too warm for them. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to survive in Kayan al-Bashar. Does it actually, if you make it nighttime, get colder? Yeah, it does. That's cool. It's still 30 degrees, so I would need air conditioning. They didn't like it immediately. Alright, so I think the rest I will finish off tomorrow. Because I still need to build this out a little bit and the edges. But do I trust myself enough to do that tomorrow is the thing. Let's see if I can actually make this into something. If I just do this. But compared to the walls, there's a very low point. So it needs to go higher as well. Alright. Never underestimate my power to annoy people. Well, you weren't annoying. It was just I didn't listen. Because I can really easily shut people out if I'm really busy with something. I'm just like, nope. Just move on. So then smooth it out a bit. The vineyard looks a little bit more messy compared to these ones though. Maybe because these ones are mostly straight and these are all sort of curved. I might redo that because they look kind of messy now. I don't think you will succeed that well, Jen. So let's quickly just throw something together so that there's a little bit of a viewing area from here as well, which still would need to fit in with the castle thing that we're going for. Yeah. Ow. My ear is getting smushed and it's painful by this point. I think you guys can already see that I'm a little bit beyond inspiration at this point. Because I start to wander around. Also, I should get some frames. Well, I wouldn't. But like sometimes I just want to hear the animals. So if it becomes really painful, I just, well, will put one of the cups of my headphones, well, behind my ear. My headphones are flexible enough to do that. But otherwise, it's a completely silent experience for me, which I wouldn't mind too much, but it's still a little bit of like, why am I not hearing anything? I do like the walls really a lot. That was a very proper sentence. But I don't think a viewing area there would really work that well with all the walls. Let's see. If I just bring these walls further. Probably also heighten them a little bit. It would work if this was just a bit higher, it feels like, because now it's just too low of a point. So let's see if we can make this even higher. So if I can make this work, then we need to destroy those. Why is this in my face? Get away from me. So I think it was actually those walls or similar ones that showed up in my thumbnail. I think you saw maybe the walls of Mashov Castle. Because, yeah, I love building castles. So it might have been these walls that you saw. Might have. Because, if I'm correct, Jen, you was there already before I built Snow White's castle. But I still have a lot to do if I want to make this an actual castle. Or at least a bit of a lookalike for a castle. Wait, nope, get away. So how high do I want this to go? Because it also has to be a little bit working with the tower next to it. So if it's too low, it doesn't work. I think around that height works. So now I know a little bit on how people are actually, if you have this as like what you can see, you can really see a lot of Kayan al-Bashar. This would be an amazing point actually, now that I think about it. Can I get it from that? Yes. So now the idea is, how the frick do I get people down from there? So then they can still follow the walls a little bit, then down. You find a place, but it doesn't work that easily. I can't let it go into this tower. Maybe this. Almost. So I would either need to... How far does this go? So I would need to make it this. Which again would still work. Because it kind of closes off this habitat. Fuck. Use the 1 meter option for the stairs. Yeah, I could do that, but I'm lazy. A lot of things I do because I'm just lazy and I don't want to spend too much time on it. So, do that. Do that. There was a snapping point earlier. Where was it there? 1 meter. So. I'm curious how I'm going to connect this piece of wall to that. Because right now I have these floating walls going on. So this is going to be a big structure in itself, trying to get it all down. It's going to be an interesting thing. I'm going to see again if I can do it in any other way than this. What if I create a bridge? Can I just create a bridge here? I'm just going to see if this works. It would be amazing if it did. Because then I can far more easily connect everything. Also, yes, this means an extra bridge. So because this is going to be very intricate with all the walls and such, so it wouldn't be that out of place for there to be a bridge here as well. And then I can just It would actually be best if it connects here and not all the way over here. Or I can just let it go inside the tower. Probably be a lot more realistic. And then just that. So why is it? Then delete that to make it a square. Delete. Nope. So that. Then, because it has to be a staircase, Kayan al-Bashar is not for those who can't walk. So make it that again. So that I think looks a lot better than having a full-on bridge. And then it's just closing it off. I again keep pressing caps lock. So, nope. Alright, so the walls are that high, so I also need to build a tower right next to this to connect or be able to connect it with that. So just for reference, it will probably start to look something like this. Probably should have here a very high tower then. And then have some battlements like this one here. Maybe I should just copy this wall design. Squirrel's thinking again. That's just a word for me thinking. But I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. There probably won't be a video tomorrow because I spent way too much time on yesterday's video. Because this should have been done today if I wanted to have a video tomorrow. I'm just going to check how long the footage is that I did record. Where did I start? going to have to mute myself. I have to mute the sound of the game, so it will suddenly become quiet. But I just have to check how long I spent already. $4.50. Alright. There could be a video tomorrow because it seems that I've recorded 3 hours of footage. So I obviously need to cut that down already. And then... Whoa. Autosave. But I won't be able to show the finished result tomorrow then. So either no video tomorrow and I'm going to complete the build, or I am going to make a video and I'm going to complete the build later. Which could very well be the thing that I'm going to do. Wait, go you off? What? But I still need to build a gatehouse. I need to finish off this viewing area. Need to finish off the area surrounding this. I'm thinking how I'm going to do this. I could use it as a plug for the stream of like, hey, but I'm going to finish this build in the stream but then the video will probably go up the same time as the stream, so I do really like the view or look of it. And I love that I don't know how it's going to, or how it's called, but that the B area is actually usable by the bears. I think I have my plan of action for tomorrow. I'm going to basically make the commentary for the video because I have enough footage to do that. And then I'm just going to say that I'm going to finish the build in the stream tomorrow. Hopefully then with earbuds instead of a headphone. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So if you guys want to see it finished, you have to tune in for the stream tomorrow again. Now I'm just going to wander around. Probably need to go and also this is the scrapyard of Kayan al-Bashar. So there's still a lot of things that I probably should delete from there that I'm not planning on using anymore. I'm seeing how much my frame rate drops when it tries to pick up everything. Still have 25 frames. That's good. Because I don't think Kayan al-Bashar will get any smaller. Because we will get the city here. Mystery face over here. But all of the faces so far have been somewhat the same size. I think the Mirage Mountains are still larger than the palace. But then the palace will probably have the biggest, well, space count. Non-existent relevancy. When is it gonna finish? I hope to have it finished by August, but I don't know. Because around August I have to go on an internship, so then I won't have as much time as I have now to make or build in Kayan al-Bashar. So then I want to have it somewhat finished before that. Holy crap, I didn't realize just how huge it is. Yeah, that's why I used to say, I don't say this as frequently anymore, but pray for my PC. Do not burn out before Kayan al-Bashar is finished. Because, yeah, it's huge. But I will probably stream again tomorrow around the same time. Probably will be a 2-hour stream instead of 3 like today. Also, I have a little bit of water left, so I'm going to drink that up. So now Jen can't say anything because I have completely emptied out my water bottle. But yeah, this is what happens if I build a little bit too long. Then I just start aimlessly wandering about Kayan al-Bashar. Also, funky scarecrow. But for Kayan al-Bashar, it's not, well, it's not a bad thing to wander around because it's so large that there's usually something that catches my eye and then I want to just take a lot of pictures. But Jen, how large did you think Kayan al-Bashar was then, actually? Because I thought it was actually quite obvious that it was very large by this point. I think my chat froze. Or I'm just getting too far away from the mic again. Yep. Jen, for some reason, I now see you as, well, that, stereotypical grandma, but then who basically slaps everyone with that very old brush. Like the, well, that kind of grandma. What's my favorite building? Depends on the mood. Because sometimes it's Noteworthy Queen's Castle, sometimes it's Mashav Castle, sometimes it's the Vineyard, or Karshanik. So I have somewhat 4 places that I really just like to spend. So it's either here, there, or there. And then there are like all kinds of small little things that I don't show on speed builds or something that I just build because I find it fun to do. Like I find it really fun to just have those small little things. I mean, we have a lonely standing Roman pillar here. Still need to finish off these towers. But it's mostly just trying to get the best view in the best possible places. So that can take some time. Excuse me. So, I think I'm going to end the stream here because I've just been wandering around for, I think, the last 10 minutes. So, yeah, we will finish this habitat tomorrow. I hopefully will also have a video up of what we've built today and what I've built beforehand with like these walls and such up tomorrow. So, I can in tomorrow's video, again, if I get it out on time, I will be able to plug the stream, and in the stream I will be able to plug the video. That's weird. Well, I was thinking about drawing something just to improve architecture or drawing. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. Well, actually, I think after I finish the palace, which is... let me see. Because this area, well, after this is done, is completely done. This area is somewhat completely done, and then this. So, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 habitats still. Then there's probably some episodes on the actual palace or throne room. So 5 to 6 more episodes, so that's 2 weeks before the palace should be finished. And then I'm going to upload it to the workshop because I have already heard people saying like it looks beautiful and such, but I don't think I can run it. Also, hey Mr. Ninish, but how many pieces are there in Kayan al-Bashar? Too many. I mean, one of like this wall piece is already 1,000. This is 6,000. Let's just say 2,000. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably because, well, I have been actually thinking about getting a new processor because, well, the game is very, let's just say, graphics card heavy and processor. So right now I have a, how am I going to say this, Intel i7 or 7i 77,000K. I'm thinking of upgrading to a Intel i9 9900K. But that's when the next paycheck comes in. Is it better at handling frame rates than Blanco? I wouldn't be able to say because I have actually tested it out trying to open Tinopolis, and that took a lot longer. And I don't know if Kayan al-Bashar is at like the same piece count as Tinopolis already or not, because a lot of Kayan al-Bashar is actually foliage. Like there's some buildings of course that are huge, but then most buildings, I mean, this one barely reaches 300. But most buildings aren't that large. There are just some really large ones in between. But I do think it's slightly better at handling frame rates than Planet Coaster. Slightly. Whoa. The Plan Zoo handles higher piece counts better than Blanco. Yeah, I definitely do think that. Not, I don't know for sure, but I do think that Planet Zoo is a little bit better. I don't know if I would say optimized for higher piece counts or not, but I have definitely, like, Tinopolis, I only get 10 frames max, or 10, let's say 15. Hey Ruben, I'm all. By the way, boys, this is beyond stunning looking. My jaw's on the floor. Well, pick it up. But yeah, it's quite some time that I spent on it. I'm actually. Should I, as just an ending thing, go into the old version of Kayan al-Bashar? Because again, this is the second. Well, yeah, this is the second version of Kayan al-Bashar. I'm actually going to see the like what will happen if I open up the first version, because I always say that the station traumatized me. Why are the streams only 720p? I don't know. According to this, I should have a decent stream going on. Where is camel version? Steam version phase 1. I'm really wondering if I send it to Rudy after the palace is done, if he will again be gobsmacked about it. This is going to take quite some time though. Like, that bear isn't moving at all because it's just the worst. The first version crushes my game. Never seen it on my PC. Well, that's because the station is, what was it? 120k or 180k? Or was it even 200k? I have an all-in-one PC and I didn't know how bad integrated graphics were. Yeah. I think they are good for like normal work, like school and such. But if you're like really heavily into gaming, then an integrated graphics card isn't really going to get you anywhere. Now the bear moves a little bit. I don't think it will last that long though. Because it takes like 15 minutes to actually get into the old version. But Jen, then this should probably be completely new for you. Because, well, from what you said, you basically found me when I was building Mashaf Castle. So what you're going to see now is completely new for you. How long is the bear going to move? Probably not long, but we will see. But it also, when talking about like how Planet Zoo runs, it's a very heavy game. Bear just shuffling. Poison Blade, very odd question, but have you watched any anime movies? Does Avatar come close to anime? But no, I don't actually watch any anime. Which some people have actually said when they know me is maybe a little bit odd, because I would probably be the person to love anime, but I have never really enjoyed anime. Also, I'm probably going to watch the third season of Dynasty after this on Netflix. Because that season just dropped for me on Netflix and I want to see it. I never seen it in real time, but after I found your second version videos, you mentioned in one of them that it was the second version, so I went back and binged all the videos in the first. Then you binge watched quite a lot, Jen. Well, not anime in general, more movies like Ghibli or Shinkai. I only know that in Ghibli movies the food often looks amazing. That's the only thing I know. Also, it was light a few minutes ago and now it's completely dark. Oh, I love summertime. I don't. I'm a fall/winter person. Lol, it's a shutdown. I've got a lot of free time. Well, yeah. I also have a lot of free time. I still have one project to do that I should start doing, and it's a college project, so don't get your hopes up that there's anything new coming with Planet Zoo, but yeah, I should still do that. But I've just been so out of touch a little bit with college because college has been closed for like over a month now. When does your semester end? In beginning of July. So I still have 1 month, 1.5 months to do that. And it's not a big project, so I could probably do it in 1 week. But preferably not. So maybe like next week or starting from the week after that. Friday, there won't be that many videos. Just to have a little bit of time to also work on that project. Wait, is it a school project? Yes. I need to write a thing for school and then it's supposed to be over around 5,000 words. Which, knowing me and how much I ramble, is pretty easy actually. The bear is walking. Like for me, word count was never an issue. Bum, 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 bum. I really have the feeling that the game's just going to crash. But this is the last step of loading, so hopefully it's going to work. What's your favorite subject in school/college? Anything that allows me to draw or design something. I don't really have a favorite subject, I just have a favorite area of things. But hopefully, like as I said, in August I have to take an internship, and then I should actually be finished with college around December of this year. Wait, can you draw? Yeah. I go to college for urban design and planning. I should be able to draw. It's a little bit more like technical drawings, though. You should draw something on stream. Well, the drawings that I make for like urban design and such aren't that interesting because it's basically like pick up any map of like a local area and that's something like I would draw for college. And then normal drawings, I haven't been doing that as much lately because Planet Zoo. I have 5 frames. 10. 19. It's not... I reached 20. That's already a thing. Alright, so first version of Kayan al-Bashar. You guys can see how fast I can move, right? It's probably going to take some time because it has to load stuff in. It's a lot better if I don't look at the station. As soon as I look at the station, it just drops. But you can already see I was like attempting to do something here. Lol, does it move faster if the game's faster? Yes. A lot faster. But Yeah, the old version of Kayan al-Bashar. The old version of the palace was a lot smaller. And then, actually, this is the building that was remade the last. Because this is Kane's Manor. I'm just... So you can see how much it has changed. And why I said that the garden was chaotic in the first version. But yeah, it's chaos. Right here I have 40 frames, just because that station is so far away now. But as soon as I look on the station, 20. And it goes down, and it goes down. Actually, I want, now that I'm here, I want this. This is what I'll be... I think it's going to crash. Yep. My hopes. It doesn't want to do that. I really want to quickly get back into it, just because I want to get that Roman pillar out of there, because I want to use that one. But I already had a feeling that it was going to crash. Janet crashed because I tried to make a blueprint out of the Roman pillar. I should try and delete stuff before I try that again. But I'm just going to quickly try and start it up again. If it happens again, then I will end the stream here. But if I'm able to get a blueprint out of that Roman pillar... Also, when was this added? That's the new version. Still have Isla Pacifica here. Still haven't finished it. Otherwise I would open the floating caravanserai because... Or caravanserai, because that's so small. Does streaming make it more laggy? Actually, no. Streaming had so far zero impact on the game frame rate, for me at least. Wait, we have the elephant before, yes. And after the South America pack was released, we suddenly also, not all the time, they do switch actually, but sometimes we have the ostrich. Sometimes the ostrich, I think, knocks into the Plan Zoo logo. So now they kind of have I think 3 ways of like starting up. Either you get the elephant or the ostrich basically smacks into the Plan Zoo logo. CRISPR, you still sometimes have the elephant. Not all the time, they just switch. It's a little bit random. Or at least for me, I still sometimes get the elephant. Now let's see when the actual bear starts, well, stops walking. I thought I imagined the ostrich or something. I knew that I didn't imagine it because Rudy actually pointed it out, like, this is now in the game. Otherwise I would also have gone crazy, like, why did I see an ostrich? Because it wasn't at all, I think, announced that that was going to change or was implemented. Okay, I just had the elephant, but then it crashed. The elephant is cursed. That's why they took it away. That's why the ostrich is here, because the elephant is cursed. I have an empty bowl of water and I should next time wash it out a little bit better because I had tea in it beforehand and Yeah, it still tasted like tea. I am having to set that down because I am otherwise going to keep playing with it. This is, I think, the longest stream that I've had. Then we have tried to get into this version twice now. Fidgety, yes. I mean, I'm also constantly now rocking back and forth. It's just when I don't feel like I'm doing anything, then I become fidgety. And no, I don't have any fidget spinner or something like that. I literally just pick up anything that I have on my desk. Sometimes it's a pen, most of the times it's a hair tie. Because it has been scientifically proven that you are never more than 10 meters away from one of my hair ties. They are everywhere. Most of them are broken, or at least the elastic in them has broken. We don't have regular squirrels where I live, but we have ground squirrels. And I never ever see them sitting still either. Yep. Yes, well, long hair, it comes to my shoulders. Recently, all the hairdressers, something, they opened again, so I had cut it recently. But I usually have it up in a ponytail, because I don't know if anyone can relate, but I don't like it when my hair is in my neck. Well, it's not corona hair because I've been growing it out for almost 2 years now. I have a hard time picturing this voice with long hair. Yeah, it comes to around my neck. None taken, Ninish. For me, I hate when it's in my neck, not because it's in my neck or anything, but because I have very thick hair, I would think it's the right word for it. It just creates this sort of vacuum in my neck, which then, because of course my neck and just the rest of my body is warm, the warmth that basically collects in my neck then can't go anywhere. So then it's basically like having headphones but then on your neck. It just becomes so warm. Like, I put it down just now and it's already annoying me. Yeah, I'm going to try and blueprint that Roman pillar or column, and then I'm also going to call it a knight. Actually, I want to blueprint a lot of buildings here. Like this one, that one. There are a lot of buildings that I want to get from here. But first of all, let's pause the game. Yeah, that's why I actually want to get that pillar, Ninish, to have some lore. But I also have to somewhat look where the pillar is, so that I can place it in somewhat the exact same place as in the new version, or as it was in the old version. But Like, that's the issue with this version. It's so unstable, like it just crashed because I wanted to make a blueprint out of this building. I think the only way that I can make this work is if I delete stuff from the station beforehand. Otherwise, this will not work. Anybody remember the times that this still worked? I mean, we have the tickets and everything. Does anyone remember this dome? This is like walking through memory lane for me, because nothing works here anymore. Yeah, I can also try doing that, Chris. Also, I think my towers have, well, improved immensely. These are so large. Like, this is 2 towers, but it's still so large. But I'm going to delete some towers. So let's see if it does that. Yes. This is already like 10,000 away. And now yep, I already see the frame rate improving. Will it be able to handle this? I still have music, I still have everything, so it's probably okay. But yeah, this station is so immense, it just drags down the rest of the thing as well. It still says I have 14 frames, even though it's... Alright, so... it's going to slow down to a halt again. You have to literally just delete the station, and then I just see the frame slowly returning each tower that I took away. It's so much, or so many pieces. But this is, I think, the only way that I could get some frame rate. Yeah, and I think if I get my new processor, this will actually be working fine again. Hopefully. Then I can go in and take a lot of buildings. Now it's just like, first I have to delete the entire station. This. I think I already deleted like 50k pieces. But this were the good old times where everything here was still working. What made the tower so piece heavy? I'm not going to return them, but you see these things here. One of these is 8 pieces. Yeah, I'm not going to save this gen. So this is only one piece in this entire thing. And the towers had, well, a lot of this. So all of these mosaic-like things is what brings up the piece count. And then you also have like these windows, which is where the real crazy shit happens. Because these are all like the climbable pieces. So like this window, this is already for 100 pieces. Then you of course, domes are never really happy when it comes to piece count. Well, Sandbox does autosave, but you can just choose to ignore that a little bit. These weren't that well, they were piece heavy, but this I think are all the chandeliers inside of the dome as well. So, oh, this is actually one of the more piece heavy things. This is my one and only, well, real try at making that mosaic that a lot of people are making. Thank you, Chris. But they also don't really work that well. Because that's why there are like holes in this roof, because the windows actually don't let in a lot of light. But as I said, I'm just going to save this as take apart. Oh, I can't type. Because I want to take buildings from here. Not the station. The station is not going to survive. I'm going to make sure of that, but I want to take this. This is 2 pieces. Alright, so that's that, then that. Alright, say your prayers. Yes! Now I can get this one in Kayan al-Bashar. S. Scene. Alright. Now I can get all of these other buildings in as well. I think the primary reason was because I wanted this one. This one. I want to try and have as many buildings from the old version. This one, because it actually works on itself. I want to have... I'm just like walking around, like, what buildings do I want to keep? What buildings do I think I can do without? Don't think I want to keep anything off this street. It's mostly like the buildings with towers. There was still so... Like, how many weeks did I spend on getting everything ready for that first cinematic video? But again, I do think I improved a lot on my towers. This one. I could potentially also... Will you ever return to Tianopolis? Probably not. That's a sad thing to say, but I have actually tried to... Well, I have installed Planet Coaster again, but just because of like... I'm a sucker for graphics, I think, because I just couldn't look upon Tianopolis in the same way again. All of these buildings I just want. Give all of them. Did I already blueprint this one? If I don't, then I will never forgive myself. How would it be actually if I like I already used that ladder. Let's do that. I really sometimes just want to have like a whole collection of these buildings up on the workshop. Ooh, I forgot that this building had such an elaborate backside that I never showed. Like this back I never showed in any video, and I don't know why I spent so much time on it. Because I also didn't show this building, and you can see that I didn't actually finish it at all. Also, this should be a shop if I'm right. Yeah, or at least it could be made into a shop. Then we have a marketplace. Don't want to keep that. This building I can't keep. Anyone remember Squirrel's Tavern? I can't keep the building because it's too large. I can't switch it in between. But I'm going to rebuild Squirrel's Tavern in some way. Also, again, the huge chandeliers. This is really just a walk through memory lane for me. Really, I wish that the station would still work, but it just doesn't. Also, I forgot to blueprint these ones. I have been missing these in Kayan al-Bashar for some time, and I just keep forgetting them. Large crane. Hey, Geekism. How are you doing? Just wandering around in the old version of Kayan al-Bashar. Just because I can. And I'm just taking all of the buildings that I want to take with me into the new version again. Because without the towers, this actually works. And this was where the Mashov Castle would connect to this spot actually. But again, it didn't work. But I want to have this desert again also return. There are a lot of things that I want to return. It only crashed his computer once. Yep. That's why the building doesn't have any towers anymore, because I think I just want to actually reload and just show you guys really where the piece count went. I mean, again, yeah, it's... enjoyed your video the other day about your issues with the game. Summed up the reasons I moved away from it. I can completely understand. Because, well, it's actually since been explained to me, and I also realized that Frontier made a lot of promises surrounding the animals in the game, and they just didn't deliver on that. Or it did deliver on it, but it was so subtle that most players wouldn't notice. Oh wait, that would be hidden in a tower. Should I get these stick boots? I'm literally just like shopping in the old version of Kayan al-Bashar now that I am thinking about it. I'm just shopping here. Oh, but this is one of the lightest buildings, I would say. But it is a nice throwback. Ninish, I will try that. And I don't know for sure if you will be able to walk around in it, because even on a PC like mine, I only have like, let's say 10-15 frames, even if I'm not building. So this is the lighthouse of Kayan al-Bashar. but also geekism. I'm really happy that you could enjoy yesterday's video. Lighthouse, I don't need a large explanation because this is just so that I can place it in the new version of Kayan al-Bashar. But I love these just tiny plateaus, which really sets it apart from all the desert surrounding it. Like, this was and is actually still what I want to have. Some sort of, without the station, of course, because that's just too large. I mean, I now have 25 frames, so now I'm happy. I think Jen is going to nag me if I say what this build is. Jen, I think you can already see it from this and the color that I've used in most of the building. Again, all of these things are like custom made in a way. But Jen, this is the brothel. Because this is the traders district, a lot of like, well, I still approach it as if it was just a harbor, and that would mean, well, brothels, taverns, like the more sleazy places. Then you also, of course, have a bathhouse and such. So, yeah, just like in the modern or new version of Kayan al-Bashar, there are darker and realistic themes because a brothel would be there in the harbor. Why didn't that surprise me at all? Oh, that was luckily an autosave. Also, there's still one thing that is completely the same in new and old version of Kayan al-Bashar. Look at the lack of actual chimneys. A lot of these buildings don't have them. You can know if my first choice of being a post-apocalyptic warlord doesn't work out. I kind of suspected that, Jen. I also want this building. I'm really surprised because I know someone who can actually run this version of Kayan al-Bashar without any issues. And literally has one of the best frame rates when he watched this, but or he's lying. That could also be a thing that he just lied about having a decent frame rate. But yeah, I'm still surprised if anyone can really do this with a decent frame rate. I mean, maybe I can when I upgrade my processor, but I don't think so. So, what buildings did I take and what buildings did I not take? I have this one. Which one is this? Oh wait, that's that one. Because I want to basically end off the stream here. But I'm like, what buildings? Oh yeah. This is going to crash the game again. Well, actually not. Anyone remember that in a way this is the second version because this is a backup for the first version of the palace. Still have one of those. Also, the Hands of God Lake isn't completely gone yet. Because I can still place it. It does dig out the dirt underneath it though. But I could still actually place this. Well, actually I can't because it didn't take into account that there's a height limit when it comes to the, well, habitats. So, takes things away very easily. But I didn't take this building if I'm correct. No, I don't think so. So but anyway, I think that's it. I think I took all the buildings. If I am ever going to return, then I will probably take the rest of the buildings that I still didn't get. The flooded ziggurat. Or ziggurat. Or the thing that YouTube said I pronounced as cigarette. Building ruins was fun. I can actually, if I'm correct. Yeah, I still have it. Does take a while to load in. But if I want, I can still have the ziggurat in the new version of Kayan al-Bashar. I will probably not destroy it anymore, because I think this looks better than the destroyed version. And also, this is just very piece heavy. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream there. Where would you put it? The mystery phase. It works well there. I don't know if it would be able to work size-wise. But the mystery phase is where the flooded ziggurat would work. It's fun actually that Kayan al-Bashar, even though the second version I started in a completely different location, still has somewhat the same layout. Because mystery phase here, palace here, Mirage Mountains here, and the city here. Although the city here was going to be, well, large. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's stream, because it's been 3.5 hours, so I should get going. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and I hope to see you guys back tomorrow. Hope all of